Hi, guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Anime Podcasters. I'm your host, Hotshot Ginger, and with me I'm too tired to be creative. Giant Music, how's it going, buddy?
I mean, music is creative in itself, so I think that was a really well put introduction, Hotshot. I congratulate you. I believe that was the highest energy I've ever heard in your voice ever. And I'm so glad to be here with you, my guy. Also, I might now be sounding like myself right now. I am not in my studio. I have concocted the most setup-y of setups. So this is what I'm going to sound like for these next two episodes. I hope you enjoyed this audio. And with us, we have someone who knows everything about this anime. He is locked in. He is dialed in. He had dyed his hair pink just for this episode and texted it in the group chat. We then expulsed him from the group chat, and then we put him back into the group chat just for this recording. I am talking about RG. How's it going, buddy?
Man, it's been so long that we've done a recording. I might speak in French because I haven't spoken English since like 2 or 3 months.
Hey, it's all good. Welcome to 2024. A new year of anime podcasters is upon us. I want to do a quick housekeeping thing, and then we will talk about Saiki-K. Saiki-K, an episode that we've been wanting to do for a long time, and we are finally doing. So, I am going to be present for the next 2 episodes, including this one. After that, I'm going to have to be off the podcast for a little bit. I'm currently not going to be having access to a studio for the next little while. I'll be back in April/May, and RG himself will also be out for the month of May because we're going to a little place that you guys might know. It's a little country, and Hotshot's going to be holding it down for us. I just wanted to let you all know. Hotshot, before we get into Saiki-K, how do you feel about this? Holding it? Can you hold down the fort, my guy? Can you do this?
I can leave it locked up and never open it again. Yes, I can do that absolutely fine.
Perfect. He's going to be producing the best of anime content whilst in the castle of the podcast. Today, Saiki-K. Honestly, this anime to me is one that I watched in the last few years and is phenomenal. We're talking about a very creative, a very hard-hitting, a very funny, and a very fast anime. That's like the first few things that come to mind when I watch some recaps about it. But before we get into the anime itself, I want to know this. Hotshot, how did you get into Saiki-K? How did you discover it? And then RG, I'll go to you with that same question. Take the floor, Hotshot.
I actually found it through Jump Force. Like,
really?
Not the newest one, but the J-Star, like the original J-Stars game that came out for PS3.
Right, okay, I see which one.
Yeah, I found it through that because he was one of the characters in it, and since then I've been curious about it, but I never looked him up until I want to say like a year, maybe 2 years ago. And when I did find the show, I really liked it. It was really funny, and I watched it probably through its entirety when I first watched it. But it hasn't been one of those shows that every now and again I'll find a show where I finish it, and if I really like it, I'll go back to it. I didn't do that with Saiki.
Fair enough, but before I jump to RG here, I just yes or no, this show is extremely bingeable.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm not surprised you said you watched it in like one go, all the way through. RG, what website, how and why, and dude, because I know you love this anime. This guy loves Saiki-K.
This is like it's like my top 3. It's so good.
I know. This is like we're doing you the favor. We're locking you in the castle for this one.
It's all right. You guys can now stop talking. I'll be saying everything I like for the next 2 hours. Seriously, how I discovered this anime? It's actually how I discovered also RG with names. God damn it. Angel Beats. It's all with how's it called again? My Anime List. So of course. So I was watching the top first anime, and then I ended up on Saiki, and it was pretty high rated. And when I started listening to it, I was like, it's kind of weird, and then I fell instantly in love into it. And then I binge everything I could find on the internet about this show, and then when I was done, since I don't have a good memory, 6 months later I binged it again because I forgot half of the series, and I could probably rewatch it right now. I would still be impressed and forget most of the jokes.
Fair enough. Like, to me, like I said earlier to Hotshot, this show is extremely bingeable. Even like one episode that sticks out to me is the 100th episode where they just like make references to the number 100 times. I think that was the joke of the episode. And these are short bits of anime. You know what I mean? They're not long episodes. They're like multiple minisodes and an episode. Hotshot, what do you think about like the pacing and the speed of Saiki-K? Because I really think this is one of the fastest animes. Like, there's just so much happening. It's like on steroids, bro.
It's pretty relentless, yeah. Like, once it starts going, it does not slow down and does not stop. Like, it'll fire out one joke at you, it'll keep jokes in that same kind of vein going at you, and then it'll smash to something else. Like when we initially see him with his parents fighting, and then it stays like that for about like 5 or maybe even 3 minutes until Saiki does like one amazing thing for both of them. And it's just, oh, I love you. It solves everything, and it does everything like super, super quickly. Like, it does not give you room to breathe.
Yeah. I remember I showed this show to my sister who's not into anime. I was like, oh my God, this is the funniest anime ever. You need to watch this scene. And she was like, how can you read? Because it's with subtitle. And she was like, how can you read so fast? What's happening? This show is like, I cannot understand what's happening. And I'm like, you're just not into it. You couldn't understand. This is a gem.
Yeah, you know why? Because she doesn't watch anime, RG, and you introduce her with Saiki. One of the fastest paced animes out there, and you expect her to read that quickly immediately.
No.
Yeah, you're starting on level 10, bro. And
yeah,
I just
that is entirely your fault.
I just want to say, like, I feel like whenever RG brings up like his sister and anime on the podcast, it's always like a story how, hey guys, this is how this did not work out.
I feel like whenever RG talks, it's just a story of how things didn't work out.
Yeah. You guys are not making me feel good about my life, but it's okay.
You told me about Yu-Gi-Oh! You told me about Pokemon. You told me about this.
Zelda.
Yeah, I haven't seen... You told me about Zelda. I haven't seen you get a win yet, RG.
Dude,
I mean...
Hotshot, this is his top 3 anime episode. You can't do this to him right now, okay? Like, hold it back, bro. Hold it
Absolutely not. No.
I mean, I have one win in my life. The fact that right now I got invited to participate as a host for this prestigious anime podcasters.
It is a win. And also, honestly, straight up, we started the year strong. I forgot, I wanted to mention this at the top of the show, but like, listen, if you're a fan, if you listen all the way through, we're going to mention it now. On Player FM, which is a huge podcasting website, we ranked number 1 on the super anime podcast list.
Oh.
That's insane. Thank you so much. That's the thing I asked you to post, RG. That thing that dude, like, insane. And like, we started off the year, and I think we charted in Mexico recently. Like, the podcast is honestly, we've definitely grown to a point where, like, I would agree that like pristine is a nice way to put it. Like, it's a very nice way to put it, but we definitely like have grown a lot. And like, I disagree with the curse.
It's a gift and a curse, Jayan. You can have both.
It's a castle.
It's a sure, it's a castle. Whatever.
Okay, I'm in a dungeon then.
Yeah, I was thinking. Do you know any show like on Netflix or anything else that has a kind of vibe of Saiki, of just like fast-paced comedy with story that like doesn't necessarily have a clear direction and that doesn't follow that necessarily the old episode? I feel like there's a show like that, but I cannot put my finger into it.
Food Wars.
You know what? I don't know Food Wars, so I'll have to like take Hotshot's word for it. But I think Hotshot can either heavily disagree with me or completely agree with me on this one. There's no middle ground. To me, Saiki, in terms of like the energy, the pacing, sometimes it feels like SpongeBob to me.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that we go with SpongeBob. Like, there's some stuff happening, but you can jump on any episode and be like, okay, this is the dumb guy. this is the cute girl. Okay, everything makes sense.
They're all the dumb guys in SpongeBob. They're all the dumb
So
ones.
you're just looking for a fast-paced episodic show.
And
Like that,
love it.
episodic's what it's called. Like when there's not really a connecting story, but like aspects of it can connect.
Right. But like Hotshot, am I right or not?
You're pretty right, but honestly, I think
Yeah.
SpongeBob goes quite a bit slower than Saiki.
Yeah, a little bit.
But like it feels like that. The other thing it reminds me of is honestly, you know that song by Eminem, Rap God, and he starts rapping really, really fast in like the second third of it.
Oh yeah.
That yeah.
How broken of a character is he?
The most broken. The most broken.
Saiki has some of the most unlimited powers ever in an anime. But I ask you guys one question. Who would win the fight, Saiki or Saitama?
I guess it's Saitama because if you land one punch, he wins.
Yeah, but is Saiki going to let him land that one punch?
I mean, eventually he's gonna hit.
I don't know, man, because hey, listen, I've seen Saitama in a death battle, and I thought Saitama would just win, and then it was against another super broken character, and I was like, wow. The thing with broken characters is that the answer
go
is
either
honestly
way.
sometimes Saiki will win, sometimes Saiki will win, and sometimes Saitama will win. That's just what it is. But I feel like Saiki is so broken, that if I had like to choose one, I would go Saiki. That's what I feel like Saiki would be it.
I honestly would probably back you up just because I've seen the extent of like what Saiki can do with his powers. Actually, no, we haven't even seen the extent because he has the limit inhibitors in him. Like he has all these items on his person that limit his powers. So if all those were just gone, I really don't know if anyone could take him out.
Okay, but counterpoint to that, we never saw Saitama go all the way. Like actually get super serious once.
Right.
Later in the show. Later in the manga,
well,
he
his
will.
His super move is serious punch. Like one serious punch.
I'm sure there's more to it later on in the manga. I've only seen the first 2 seasons, but like, there's got to be more to it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, I do have one other question relevant to that, and then we'll go down the list that you guys made. If you guys had the choice, would you guys accept having Saiki's power? Like, if you were offered Saiki's power, would you accept it?
Oh, I don't think I would. I feel like I like my life the way it is. It's a lot to manage all the time. You know what I mean? I feel like I would just go crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of that playground talk of like, if you guys could choose any superpower, what would you have? And then one jackass just says all of them. No, you wouldn't. Think of the drawbacks. Saiki even brings them up. Constantly reading people's minds, not able to be surprised anymore. Looking at him in real glance will turn people to stone. There's way too many risks involved. Yeah, sure, you have unlimitless power, but you also have to limit with yourself unless you decide to go be a super evil villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You would have to go super evil villain. I don't know. What about you? You know what? I'm going to predict. I'm going to say RG's going to say yes.
Actually, what I was gonna say is like I think like when you think about it, the with the first episode for those who I mean, I suppose you have seen the show, but for those who doesn't, it's a story of a guy that has basically almost every superpower, and you see it on the angle that he's trying to live a normal life, but he can't because he has all the superpower, and it kind of makes you think of like what would you do. It's kind of philosophical, this show, in a way, because you have all the superpower, but you just don't want to be normal. Like, what would you do if you had everything you ever wanted? You know?
I feel like no.
Yeah.
Like just my answer is no to that. And the other thing is too, like, imagine having those limiters and like the second they slip off for the slightest reason, like everything goes off balance and you can basically like destroy everything. That's way too much responsibility, way too much pressure. No, thank you. Let me be an anime podcaster. That's it, bro. That's it. Simple as that. For real.
I mean, I wouldn't want to have this power, but I find it really interesting that you have a character that can do everything, and his goal is to try to not be able to do anything.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's like what makes the show funny. And the other thing too, honestly, that makes the show funny, in my opinion, is like the deadpan humor in Saiki-K. I just feel like Saiki hates everyone.
I mean, because he kind of does, because everything annoys him.
Exactly. And I feel like the way he narrates everything in that like deadpan, sarcastic, FU type of humor is like everyone on a Monday morning when they don't want to go into work. That's what like a Saiki's attitude feels like to me. Like, I don't want to be here. I don't feel like doing this. This is boring. Ugh.
Well, yeah, all our man wants to do is just find a place to relax and have some coffee pudding. That's it, and be left alone.
What I just realized is, Archie, you know what I just realized? If you subtract the pudding and replace it with video games, Hotshot is Saiki.
Oh my god. I don't think so. He's not that bad. He's pretty friendly.
I am when I'm talking about things I want to talk about.
Yeah, but I think I got...
No, you're completely wrong. There's those characters. Those two people are completely different. Oh my god.
I don't know.
You're talking about the guy that want to be left alone and like doesn't want to talk with anyone, with a guy that accepts to do a podcast with you every week and talk about his passion. Like, bro, you're.
I wasn't even bribed into it. I just said, yeah, that'll be fun.
We love that idea.
Yeah,
I was like, Hotshot, if you don't join this podcast, I'm taking off my limiters right now. Okay, I'll record tonight.
So that alone, yeah, no, I'm not Saiki.
No,
I choose to do this.
I feel like there's a little bit of similarity in the sense that, like...
I won't take that totally away from you.
I mean, he likes to do stuff on his own.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I guess you can see it on that way.
Yeah.
Did you guys think about, like... Did you guys remember all the character? Because there's a lot of character in this show, and I wasn't...
There are so many characters in Saiki-K, it's ridiculous. That's honestly something I don't like. I'll be honest. Too many characters. There's two, like, some of them have 1 or 2 episodes, but I guess I get it. We're in a classroom. We got like full characters. We gotta have lots of characters, but it's a bit much, bro.
I was thinking about it.
I remember character aspects more than I remember character names for this one.
Yeah,
but that's also because I haven't done anything related to Saiki-K in like a year. Like, I remember Saiki and I remember Nindo, and those are the only names I remember.
Oh, you gotta love Nindo.
I remember Saiki because it's the title of the anime. Otherwise, I wouldn't remember it.
Now, if I am Saiki, then Jaden is Nindo.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, I am Nendo. I own that. I am Nendo. I am so Nendo.
He is overly friendly. I can't read what he's thinking.
I think I would be the guy. I think I would be the guy that what does he call it? There's like there's a dark shadow. There's a dark shadow organization. What's his name?
Oh, the guy with like middle school syndrome.
I think that would be me. Because in my head, I'm like,
yeah.
In my head, I'm like, there's danger everywhere, but I got this. Like, I can solo any natural catastrophe or invasion. Don't worry about it, guys.
That's called anxiety, my dude.
No, I have no anxiety.
I would say you're that character, but you got a little bit of Nindo in you. I can't say.
Let's be real. We all have a little bit of Nindo.
Yeah, we all have a little bit of Nindo, but like Jan, you have more.
Yeah, honestly, you know what? Sorry, you're right, guys. Hi, guys, and welcome back to Nendo Podcasters. Today, I am here with Nendo number 1, Nendo Ginger. How are you?
Hey, buddy.
Let's go for ramen.
Supposed to talk in the thing.
So, okay, and Nendo number 2, how are you feeling?
Where's my best pal? Yeah, we need to start saying the quotes.
That's what you could come up with?
Actually, that's what he said during the whole show, and we need to stop quoting it, or else we're gonna get sued. Or maybe not. I don't know how YouTube works.
They don't own Hey Buddy and Where's My Best Pal.
Yeah, but that's all he say. He says, let's go eat some ramen, and where is my best pal? It's literally what he say.
Where's my best pal is a general saying. You cannot copyright saying hi to a pal.
I don't know.
Bro, we're not the Fine Brothers, bro.
I don't know who the Fine Brother is.
That's a
okay.
That's a deep cut YouTube reference. I don't know. Do you know what I'm talking about, Hotshot?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Long story short, there was the Fine Brothers. You know the people who own a quick side note because this actually is a crazy story. You know the people who own the Reacts channel, like Kids React, Parents Reacts, all that stuff.
Oh, well,
okay. The Fine Brothers, and they tried to trademark the word React and like basically like own the React genre. So that was what I was referring to.
Oh my god,
owning, like trademarking like a word. So yeah, it did not go over well. We don't need to get more into it. Back to Saiki. Okay.
Yeah. So we were talking about a lot of the amount of character.
Yeah. Going back to the amounts of characters, I find the advantage of so many characters to me is like the comedic bonds and chemistry that you can play with all these characters. There are so many jokes, so many angles. Saiki, like, and it's like, for example, Saiki and his parents. Like, there's never been a more "Mom, I'm gonna be in my room" character after like Light Yagami than Saiki, in my opinion. Saiki just wants to go in his room, do his thing, go back to school, leave me alone. You know what I mean? Like, what do you guys think about that?
I mean, as far as a main character goes, yeah, I can give you several side characters who give off that exact same vibe, though.
It's kind of repetitive in anime now that you mention it.
Yeah, it's called a trope. People wanting to be left alone.
I know it's a trope, but I feel like, what do you think that means in terms of like Saiki as a character? Like,
he's a teenager.
No, not that he's just a teenager, but in terms of like as a protagonist, you know what I mean? Like, we have a very shy, introverted type of character, but on the outside, there's literally limitless possibilities with him. Like, what do you guys think of like the contrast within that? You know what I mean? Like, when you match those two elements together, I'll go to you first, Hotshot. Like, a very shy character, but also like basically can destroy or do anything he wants. Like, what do you think of that as a setup for like a main character in this series?
It sounds like every isekai protagonist.
I mean, not really.
Why do you say that?
Not really. Isekai protagonists tend to be friendly.
Yeah,
Like,
but like it seems like really nerdy, and they don't seem like, at first they're like, oh, I'm not cool, I'm a little bit nerdy, I'm a little bit shy, and then but they're like all those mighty powerful. I mean, a little less shy than Saiki, but it's kind of the vibe I get.
I guess I can see where you're coming from there. Like, a lot of isekai protagonists are overpowered, if not all of them. But they tend to hide their power because they have their knowledge from like the real world of like what's good and what's evil and how do I want to do this. And even some isekai protagonists are evil, or they're reincarnated into an evil body. As far as Saiki being shy and introverted, but can also change the world at will, it just kind of shows like how he grew up and the morals he grew up with. Of like, don't abuse your power, but like be a good upstanding citizen, even though you need to understand this power.
I mean, he once use his power maliciously, wrongly again, like evilly. He kind of beat up a child.
Evilly.
When did he use it for evil?
I think when he was younger, he kind of, one of his friends was in danger, so he kind of beat up some bullies with his power. And then the kid that was protected came back in his life later in life, and he were like, I know you have power, I'm gonna prove it. And it's like a whole episode.
I don't remember that at all.
No, me neither.
Oh my god, guys, have you seen the anime?
What is that, like early on or like later on?
I think it's shown later on, because it kind of makes sense, because this is where Saiki decided to never show his power, and this is like where you have a character that's like, I know you have power, I'm gonna try to tell anyone kind of jokes. So it's like, yeah.
Right. Okay.
I can try to find it.
I don't remember. It's cool. Yeah, I don't remember that at all, but it makes sense because like he could hide his powers for a multitude of reasons. One, to be discovered and to be bothered. Two, to just basically, actually, yeah, it just goes along with what I said, to stay in hiding. And three, just so people just don't take advantage of him. Like, hey, I need you to do so-and-so, or like get the thing off the top shelf. A lot like his parents do. But with his parents, he doesn't really have a choice.
But going back to his powers, I think we talk a lot about his powers. Obviously, he has psychic powers, like we said earlier. But how would you say his psychic abilities contribute to like how unique he is as a character? Like, what is it about those powers that make it like so extraordinary?
I mean, one power he had that I believe only he has, he changed the entire world's cognition of normal hair color.
Oh, yeah.
That's why everyone has like vibrant hair color, and he doesn't get bothered for having pink hair.
I forgot about this. That's freaking creative.
Yeah, you never think about this use of power. But I mean, you can do it. Why not? It doesn't affect anyone in the slightest wrong way. And when you think about it, there's a lot of character that has like colored hair in this show.
Absolutely. But like, wasn't there one power where like he like the plane they were going to there was like a beach episode or something. They were going on a school trip and like the plane was like failing or something, and he like rebalanced the plane what was that about? Do you remember that, RG? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I remember they were going to an island, but I don't remember the plane scene. I mean, it's like
I just remember him like having to like get outside of the plane and like rebalance the plane so it lands safely or something. Like just some really Saiki-K like behavior. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, like for him, it's pretty easy. I like more the fact that when I don't know, he was the pretty girl, and the pretty girl was like, "Oh, is this a dream?" And the guy was like, "Yeah, it's a dream." And the girl was like, "If you don't do exactly as I said, I will say it's not a dream, and then I will realize that you have power." Do you remember the scene?
Oh right, I remember that episode.
It's like, "Oh,
no, I remember that episode.
yeah." It's like, "I want to be in a castle." We cannot go to. He's like, "Okay," and then he just gets transported to a castle. Yeah, it's the only thing I remember about the island.
And what do you think about like how he kind of breaks the fourth wall all the time with his narrations and like with like Nendo's here, da, da, da. What do you think about that? How like how it gives a different dimension to the to the anime. It almost feels like a Looney Tunes thing to me now I think about it. Looney Tunes is a great example of that. You know how he just kind of like, or no, you know who's an even better example? Deadpool. You know how he kind of just breaks that fourth wall and like connects with the audience more, and we're like, oh, what's gonna happen to Saiki this time?
I mean, he's that strong. He's so strong and have so much psychic power that he knows he's an anime, so he can talk to us. I mean, it's just better to make some jokes or to make things more clear. So I think it fits perfectly for Deadpool as a comedy and for Saiki as a comedy. What about you, Hotshot?
I mean, I'm in agreement. I have a really big weakness for fourth wall breaking characters, like Saiki, Deadpool, Pinkie Pie. There's just something about like them shattering the reality of, oh yeah, I'm in a show. Hey, you watching? Are you enjoying this kind of thing? So I know. Sorry to switch topics just here, but I had one other idea. I know we talked about Saitama versus Saiki, and I think we all said that Saiki would probably come out of that one. What about Mob from Mob Psycho? You guys would know this one a lot better than me because I gave Mob a shot, and I only got like 3 to 5 episodes in, and I didn't really care for it, so I stopped there. So I don't know So I don't know the limit of Mob's powers.
Saiki is overpowered, so Saiki would definitely win. But as we know that both of them are psychic, and both of them can like power up with Mob's emotion and Saiki's. I mean, if you take off his power inhibitor, I think it would be really nice to watch. Like, I think I would rather see Mob versus Saiki than Mob versus the green hair lady and One Punch Man.
Tornado.
And who wins?
Wins or whatever her name is. I don't know her name.
No. Her name is Terrible Tornado. But who wins between Saitama? Between Saiki and Mob?
Saiki, definitely. Saiki is like so much. He's so overpowered. It's ridiculous. Like, one guy can destroy a city. One guy can destroy the earth. It's not comparable.
Isn't Mob the same kind of way when he reaches 100% though?
But he's not a planet buster. He's not. He's absolutely not a planet buster. No, Saiki slaps him, bro. It's not even like.
All right. I mean, I have no reference to go the other way.
All right. So. Goku or Saiki?
Saiki.
Saiki? I don't know.
I don't know. I think Goku.
I mean, it depends. Can Saiki has mental attack?
Saiki can have everything, bro. Goku, I think, would still win.
I mean, if you attack Goku mentally, you win, but you attack him physically, you lose. That's kind of the point of winning.
Saiki is like closer to Whis level. Like he's closer to Angel level.
I don't. Well, that's a.
Goku hasn't beaten Whis. That's why I'm pulling from that.
I don't think I'm not saying I'm disagreeing with Saiki being angel level. I don't know if I can agree with that.
Do you think he's more of a god of destruction level? Because he's at least that.
I think he's like in between god of destruction and.
He is stronger than Frieza.
Absolutely, he's stronger than Frieza. But I think he's like, I think he'd be a good contender against Goku. It's a really interesting idea. I would have to go with Goku, man. I think that, or it could be one of those things where like he has no limits, but you know he's also like not a completely trained fighter like Goku is. Like Goku literally has like has been a fighter his entire life. It's like he's like a student that like has all these powers, but like tries to not use them. I think there's an argument for both, but if I had to like choose one, I would say Goku. I think Goku would beat him.
That's not just your fanboyness blinding you, is it?
It is.
No. I just gave you my arguments, right?
Yeah.
Did you listen to them?
I did.
Okay. Yeah. So it
still sounds biased
because I don't think it sounds biased because, like I said, one is a trained warrior and the other one is like goes out of his way to not use his powers, right? And then you're putting those two in a battle.
Yes, but you're forgetting one important thing, Jaden.
One is experienced in battles. What is the thing I'm forgetting?
One is a shonen action-packed anime. The other is a comedy. The comedy one usually wins because they can't be harmed.
Well, no, they can be harmed. If you put them in a battle, they can be harmed.
Probably, but their logic is different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because we're not putting Goku in the context of like Saiki-K. You know, we're not dropping Goku in Saiki-K, or we're not dropping Saiki in Dragon Ball Z. We're taking the two and we're making them fight, right?
No, but with Saiki's ability to, he's constantly reading his opponent's mind. So unless Goku goes into Ultra Instinct or thinks of something else while fighting, all of his moves are going to be projected into Saiki's head. Saiki can teleport, whereas Goku can, but he needs to concentrate. Saiki can just do it. He also has super strength when his unlimiters are unleashed, like we saw in the sports festival. He can wipe out an entire city just by crushing it in his head. There's a lot to go on Saiki here.
Right, but you're using city destroying feats to like Goku can destroy planets.
So
like,
can Saiki
easily.
if he probably goes all out.
Right, but what I'm trying to say is like if let's say he goes all out, right? He goes all out. He's not a fighter. He's not used to going all out all the time, like straight, you know? Goku has like mastered Ultra Instinct, and like I've read into the manga, it goes even beyond that. It's ridiculous how far it goes, you know? I think you're probably drawing from like Z and like Super. Like Super is a decade ago, bro. You know what I'm trying to tell you? And then there's like Super Dragon Ball Legends where there's other versions of Goku that like it's beyond overpowered. There's like we're talking about like multi-dimensional universal destructions. There's a lot more to draw from that meets the eye for me. And for me, Saiki has like had how many seasons is Saiki? Like 3 seasons?
4, I think.
4.
Like
you know
if you include like the new revival thing that Netflix did a while back.
Yeah. In terms of source material to pull from and examples of like feats, we have like a laundry list for Goku, and we have like, you know, like a bucket full for Saiki. I just think that like in the grand scheme of thing, if you took him fight to fight, Saiki would not come out victorious. But at the same point, like when we're saying Saitama, like I'm a huge One Punch fan, and if you take Saiki versus Saitama, I think Saiki probably has a better chance against Saitama.
I mean, I'll cut decide. What's the word real? Trancher. What's the right word, Jan?
He'll break the
tie. Thank you, my man. I'll break the tie. Personally, it's really easy. Can Saiki do a mental? Can he do a psychic mental damage to Goku? He win. He not?
That's the
lose.
entire thing of psychic.
Yeah, it's psychic. But like if he can do it, he wins. If he cannot, he loses. That's simple as that. So I think right now we've talked a lot about a lot of stuff. How about we wrap this up?
We can still wrap this up, but I will bring up. I'm looking up mental abilities in Dragon Ball.
Oh my god, Jan! No, you're not, guys. That was another new.
No. There's telepathic. I didn't even know this, but apparently in Ultra Instinct, there's like telepathic psychic abilities within that that I didn't even know when I was arguing. So, anyways, I think it's an interesting conversation. Honestly, that's probably I feel like one of the only death battles I would watch. You know what I mean? Like that's an exciting matchup in itself. And I find it funny that we like turn to this like as the last conversation topic, but like I think it would be really cool to see them to like actually like researched point by point, like wiki to wiki, canon to canon, power to power. What would happen? That would be a cool discussion or a cool like discovery.
All I can say is don't Google too much the power and stuff on the internet, because last time I Googled power and stuff on the internet, I ended up with like a list of Rasengan that you still make fun of me to this day. So yeah, don't Google too much, guys.
I love you, buddy. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let's wrap things up. Hotshot, final thoughts here, like in a sentence or two on Saiki-K. What do you think?
I liked it a lot when I first saw it. It was really funny, and I would recommend it to anyone who likes a comedy show. I'd probably have to be in the right mindset to go watch it again. There's other comedies I prefer.
That's very fair. That's extremely fair. And yourself, RG?
Every day is a good day to watch this show. Don't listen to Hotshot. If you're sad, happy, if you're anything, watch the show. It's great. And when you're done, you can then watch it again. For me, after that, I'm gonna go take a shower and I'm gonna try to take off the pink off my hair.
Yeah, you gotta wash that pink off your hair, man. Like Hotshot, can you believe RG actually dyed his hair pink for this?
I'm surprised you didn't. I did. I just didn't share it.
Oh shit!
I kind of want Kyo to video edit our hairs in pink for this specific episode. That you mentioned that. All right. For myself, Hotshot, and RG, this has been another episode of
Anime Podcasters.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Hey guys, Hotshot here. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Anime Podcasters. We have over 100 other episodes for your entertainment found wherever podcasts are available, such as Spotify. We also release new episodes twice a month, so keep an ear out for us. You can follow the podcast at Anime Podcasters on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Giant Music's YouTube channel. Giant himself can be found on social media at Giant Music, as well as his own website, giantmusic.com. Kyo, our artist for the podcast, can be found on Twitter and YouTube at GoProKyo, as well as his website, ccartgalleryportfolio.com. As for me, Hotshot, you can find me on YouTube and Twitter at HotshotGinger. As always, guys, thanks for listening to us. Hope to talk to you soon. Take care.